And this goes to any brand. This goes to any brand. That means that you really don't truly care about what is the meaning of beauty, period. So in turn, you're a fraud. Hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Ashley. If you're I'm so nervous. My name is Ashley. If you're here for the first time, this was a beauty channel. At this point, I don't know what it is, but I just want to talk about some things that I've noticed and some things that have been bothering me and a lot of other women. I'm about to get started. I'm not going to be listing any products that I'm using in this video. I apologize, and I won't be listing them down below. And that has nothing to do with any of you all that are supporting and watching this, but more so because I'm just confused right now. So let's get right into it. The reason for this video, or how this video even came about, I would have never in a million years thought that I would be delivering a video like this, because ultimately it could tarnish my reputation before I even build one. But you know, I'm just at a point where I'm frustrated, I'm perturbed, and it's not just me. I'm seeing it throughout comment sections on other YouTubers' videos. I'm seeing it, yeah, that's mainly where I've seen it. I've seen people that are not black speak about it. So that's how I know that it's real and you really can't ignore it. I really don't feel like putting on makeup right now, because it's like, let me give you a little back history about me. So I work at a OBGYN. I'm a full-time employee there, and so I wake up around 6, I go to work, and today in particular I got off at 6 this evening. So quite naturally, when you go to work all day, some days, a lot of days I wear makeup, a lot of days, some days I don't, but you know, whatever, who cares? I'm gonna put on some makeup. I was just saying that I didn't feel like putting on makeup, but I'm gonna put on makeup. So let's just say where all this came from. So I was watching ARNELL'S video the other day about the whole Morphe foundation thing, and I've been seeing a ton of videos about it. I'm about to look on my phone because I need to make sure that I have my facts straight. And if you decide, by the way, that you don't want to watch this video, it's totally fine. However, you're going to miss out on some pretty good information that I found. And I will be putting references to that in the description box, just because plagiarism, so, or whatever. I give credit to people, okay? So yes, Arnell Armand put up a video, and her video title is Morphe, You're Inclusive Now? Shady, yes. So I was like, what? So she said, new Morphe foundation plus concealer review and my thoughts. So the video, you know, everything was cool, and then she just started going in, and I'm like, wow. So one thing that she said that stuck out to me in the video, I've got notes, sis, notes on top of notes, on top of notes, on top of notes, okay? So I'm going to be looking up, I'm going to be looking down, okay? So the thing about it is that she was saying that, you know, Morphe released, what, 50 foundation shades? No, sorry, 60. 50 or 60. And I was excited about it. I made a video about it. I saw a lot of people were saying they weren't getting it, but people weren't saying why. I didn't pay any attention to it, honestly. For the most of the year, I haven't paid attention to any kind of race thing going on in the beauty community, because I thought all that was fixed. Apparently not. So she said something about the shades, and she was putting them on. They're like real muddy, casket sharp, and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, hold on, let me see. Had I posted this yesterday, I don't think that you all would be able to receive it, because I was pissed, and that's why I've been gathering numbers, statistics, all kinds of stuff, because you know, here in America, y'all love statistics. So I'm gonna provide that 100%.
I have to express my thoughts on just this overall launch, because I have quite an opinion on it. Now, you guys know I've used Morphe in my videos. One of my favorite blending sponges from Morphe. So I like Morphe. I love the palettes. Morphe has my favorite affordable brushes, and I've said this before. You can fact check that if you want to. Check another video. I've said this before. Now, first, I was excited about Morphe launch foundations. I thought, okay, cool. Like, you know, look at Morphe stepping their shit up. But when I saw the ad, or you know, their little whatever the launch video, I was like, when has Morphe ever been inclusive? When have they ever represented dark-skinned people of color? Really, think about it. So, until I decided to go look on their page myself last night, I was like, you know what, I want to do some research before I come out here just talking. And I was so disturbed. It actually made my blood boil. You can ask Alyssa here for the tea, my friend Monet. I was literally like,
okay, so I don't know if anything's changed on their page since she posted this video just the other day, but let me say this. I went on Morphe's page after I saw this video because it kind of sent off a little alarm in my head, and I'm like, what is going on? So I go and look, and it's nothing. There's hardly any spots on there, and when I say spot, I'm speaking about black people. There's hardly any on their page. So she said, actually, she counted, and there were 22 black people on Morphe's page, as in repost. So here's the thing. So I got mad. I did. I got infuriated, actually, because it hurt. And the reason why it hurts, and for people that don't really understand the whole beauty community and makeup and stuff, a friend of mine, I spoke with her about this, and she's not black, she's white. And she was like, well, tell me what's wrong, tell me what's going on. At first I was like, no, you're not gonna understand, it's okay, I don't want to complain and this and that. But she was like, no, just let me hear you out. So I told her about it and everything, and she was like, well, is there anything that a non-black person can do? Can I write the company, or someone else write the company, if you're afraid that your potential reputation could be tarnished and things of that nature? You may be looking at my subscriber count and judging me right now and trying to figure out, what are you talking about? You're nobody. Fine. I've been at this for several years. I've been tagging brands for several years. I've gone to cosmetology school. I am licensed. I have worked as a freelance makeup artist. I have been at this. I just started my YouTube channel, and I was not consistent with the channel. And so I've recently, over the last year, have been more consistent with my channel. So before you look at that, and then just hear me out, because what I'm saying affects a lot of you. And there's a lot of things that I'm going to say that a lot of you won't say, and I don't blame you for that, because you feel the same way that I felt as far as trying to get established out here and make a name for yourself in this community. So a lot of times I like to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. I feel like that was what I was called to do in a lot of ways, so that's what I'm going to do. So I got upset, and she heard me out, and I said it's just not fair, because a lot of times we are tagging, we're beating the shit out of our faces, we're doing our best work, putting our best foot forward. You know, there was a wave of inclusivity around, what, 2016, 2017-ish? And then I'm starting to see that it's dwindling down to nothing. And it's hurtful, because for me, this is in my blood, heart, soul. This is my passion right here. And it just sucks when you love something so much, you love a community so much, and you're not being represented. And that's just the facts. And I have the facts written down right here. So there's no argument to be made. So she just was basically expressing to me, well, we don't know, like, we gravitate towards basically what we're used to. It's really not inclusive if you think about it. And furthermore, I'm really frustrated with some influencers at this point that I used to look up to. And I so appreciate RNELL for making this video, because up until now, I feel like I've had my blinders on or something. Like, I'm like, oh, they like us now. Everything's good. We're in there, sis. Yeah, high five you, high five you. Y'all not really giving high fives to us. And the thing about it, Holly Boone is a top influencer. She's actually spoken about this issue before. She's white. There's a lot of non-black people that have spoken about this, and I so appreciate you guys for doing that, because you didn't have to do that, but you recognize that something wasn't right, and things needed to change. So for that, I do appreciate you. A lot of times when we speak about these issues, people automatically say, well, what about this? We gave y'all this, we gave y'all that. Why do you have to give us anything? Why are we not on the same playing field? Whether it's beauty, life, whatever. But in particular, this is what I'm going to speak about because this is what I love to do. So there's no spots hardly on Morphe's page, and besides Morphe, there's a couple more. And you know, I particularly purchase from, well, I purchase from Ulta, but I buy a lot of Morphe products, and I tag them. I tag all this stuff, okay? All this stuff. Constantly out here, day in and day out, researching, trying to figure out what's the next trending thing, trying to figure out what's the next technique I can use. I know about the Kevin Aquans. I know about the Pat McGraths. I know about all of Wayne Goss. Like, y'all, it's not something where I'm not putting in the work that I need to put in. It's not that. So before you decide to call me lazy, etc., etc. But the thing about it is, do I want to continue to put my hard-earned dollars into a community that doesn't represent me properly? Morphe's launch for foundations was piss poor. I didn't get them, but from what I saw from the videos that I've watched, multiple videos now, after Arnell, I started looking deeper into it. It was piss poor. I'm trying to figure out how you go from eyeshadows and blushes and brushes and all that's fine and dandy. Couple hits and misses with the eyeshadows, but whatever. And how do you go from all that and just kind of, hey, we're inclusive now? I feel like, who is down there at the lab? Like, I'm kind of wondering, why don't small influencers get to come down to these labs? I don't know, maybe some kind of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory experiment, maybe, where you maybe do some kind of raffle and you give people an opportunity to experience this or whatever. I'm not asking for handouts, because trust me, I'm not going to respect it if it's a handout. However, opportunities, because we're knocking, trust me. Like, I'm looking and I'm seeing tons and tons and tons of women of color posting, and your makeup and your work looks great. Everybody's work looks great. However, why are you just catering to one particular group of people? And so I decided to write down some notes, because a lot of times sometimes people are committed to misunderstanding. So I'm going to break it down Barney style to where you can't misunderstand this. So for the people that don't understand, first, yeah, let's do that. Let's talk about the people that don't understand. Well, what's the big deal? I thought we were giving you guys a couple shades. Like, what's wrong? Or I thought we gave you the dark deeps and stuff like that. That's not it. We have undertones too. We have orange undertones. We have yellow undertones. We have golden undertones. We have neutral undertones. It's not always just slap a dark deep on something and send it out and maybe this will shut them up. Because that's basically what you're saying, is like, okay, we'll shut you up for now. Like, you're not even really putting in the work to make sure that we're satisfied like everyone else is. Everyone else can go to the store and have a field day. They can go and pick out anything they want. Why do we have to constantly pick and choose and try to make things work with one another? And Jackie Aina says this all the time. And I'm so thankful for her as well, because even though she gets some flack sometimes, and people sometimes don't want to hear what she has to say, because race is a sensitive topic, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Like, and that's just what it is. So why can't we feel just as beautiful as the next woman? Why are we being robbed of that? Along with all the other things that are going on that doesn't even pertain to this, but let's keep it about beauty. Why are we not given the chance to feel just as beautiful as the next? Can you imagine if you went to go get a wig? Because white women, women of all races, black women, everybody likes to wear a wig sometimes. Not everybody likes to wear their natural hair. And it's not just black women. It's a lot of different women. Especially beauty influencers. Y'all will slap a wig on so fast, right? So So what if you went to the wig shop, right, and all you had to pick from were like coarse, curly, like type of wigs? Like, would that work for you? No. So over time you would probably want somebody to put out something that you could wear, right? Even with that, to those of you who are in the beauty community, okay, so what if you went to the store? See how you guys like apply like these dark ass contour colors on your cheekbones and stuff? You look hella chiseled, you look really fucking beat and all this. What if that wasn't available? I mean, literally, what if you went to the store and you could not find what you needed? That would kind of piss you off, right? And then you're constantly giving your dollars to, you know, and taking your time to do all these magnificent makeup faces and stuff like that, but nobody will ever kind of make you feel like you're actually a part of it. And I'm not talking about onesie, twosie makeup Shaylas and Sandra Deluxes. I'm not talking about the onesie, twosie token black girls on these trips. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I want to look around and I want to see a wave of just diversity. That's what I want to see. Okay? So, Jeffree Star even said it. He was like, it's 2019 and we still aren't being inclusive. Because the trend, it was a trend. It was a trend is what it was. Okay, so what if you went to the store, right? And you wanted to get some clothes, but all you saw was size 0. Or what if you were size 0? What if you were a smaller woman, but all you did when you went to the store was, all you saw when you went to the store was basically like size 12, size 14, whatever. There's nothing for you. Sorry. You know, take this size 12 or this size 14 and go make it work. You know, go home and, I don't know, go in your sewing shop at home and just stitch it up and make it smaller for you. What if that was the case? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, come on, man. Here's what I think. You know, it just, this shit, it's hard to do your makeup and talk, for one. We gotta do better. We really gotta do better. Like, I'm seeing the comments on these videos, so I'm not the only person who feels this way. Trust and believe. If you just go under some of the comments, you'll see it. Go under some of the Morphe reviews, go under some of the comments, you'll see it. I mean, you gotta be blind. You really gotta be blind, but if you haven't seen it, you gotta be blind. Or either that, or you just don't care, or you're just turning a blind eye, like I said, to it. And I can't force anybody to want to help out, you know what I mean, or anything like that. But black women, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I'm not understanding why I'm not seeing more top beauty influencers speaking about it. Like, is it just one of those things where, shit, they chose me, let me go because they chose me, I don't know about y'all, y'all better get in where y'all fit in? Is it like that? I need to know, because sis, like, granted, I probably never stop wearing makeup, you know what I'm saying, because that's just my thing. That's always been my thing. I've always been into it, you know, and I be going hard for the makeup community. I mean, I be going hard. Like, I used to even get into it with guys online about, you know, why y'all hate the fact that we wear makeup and this and that. Like, now I'm at a point, like, I honestly don't care what they say, because I'm going to still wear it. But, you know, I'm kind of like at a point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to continue to support a community that doesn't support me. And that's just facts. So, I just need y'all to understand that you're not being represented, okay? Now, there are some brands that are representing us, but that's going to be a separate video. And trust and believe, this is not to diss any of those brands, because that is just awesome that y'all cared enough to realize, well, wait a minute, there's a flaw here. And you know, people used to say back in the day, well, y'all don't buy the makeup, so if it's a business thing, then I got some stats for you, because you can't buy what's not there, period. So according to Essence, there was an article, and the author is Sarad Dershay. Sorry if I butchered your name, but I definitely will be putting you down in the description box. So according to this article, $7.5 million annually was made from black people in the beauty community, or you know, basically black people buying makeup. So yeah, I didn't want this video to be all subjective-y and opinion-y. I wanted to provide some numbers too. So according to my numbers, Hispanic women make up the most buying power in makeup. That was such a shocker to me, because I could have sworn I just didn't think it would be Hispanic women. I really didn't. I didn't think it would be us, but I didn't think it would be Hispanic women. But even aside from that, it said that Hispanic men, the numbers are even higher. I'm like, damn. And basically the article was saying like they just like to take care of themselves, and I'm like, okay. So of course blacks make up a lot of the hair care industry. Okay, we're killing that. There's something called Beauty and Money, and basically what it does, it's an organization, or it's a meeting. I don't know. What is that? The camera's about to overheat. So for Beauty and Money, this actually puts investors and young beauty companies together. So organizers, what happens is organizers run a competition with a panel of beauty industry experts. What they do is choose 12 startup stars. So when I saw that, I was like, wait, why don't you hear more about that? So you know, that intrigued my interest, of course. So it caused me to dig a little bit deeper, in which I found a list of inclusive like beauty brands and stuff like that. So one that stuck out to me the most was Urban Skin RX. So this was from Forbes, which is the first company to win the Beauty and Money Spotlight Award twice. The owner of this Urban Skin RX is Rachel Roff. So Rachel Roff, she used her platform to bring awareness to a lack of education and services available for treating common concerns and conditions seen in darker skin tones. So hyperpigmentation, things of that nature. So when you see scars on our faces and stuff like that, that's hyperpigmentation, just discoloration, acne scars, things like that. So she actually noticed that there was a lack of that. So she decided to basically use her platform to raise awareness, which is dope as hell. Again, she's white. So she opened a spa in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's significant to me because I'm from North Carolina and that's where I reside. And I was like, what? So over 50% of women in the South are African American, and they can't find products that, or couldn't find products that provide adequate skincare for dark skinned women. So she developed a skincare technology line of products with her own unique ingredients, and again, to target the issues that we face. And she services everyone. However, she noticed there was a lack in our community, so she wanted to help out. She's a single mom. A lot of us can relate to that. I see a lot of times that moms stick together, like that is one tight ass bond. Like moms online, moms in real life, like we don't care what color you are, we be like, girl, yes, I know, I'm tired too, type shit. She has a daughter named Rosie. So her platform brings awareness to raise money for organizations that support women and children who have suffered abuse, single moms, and mothers who have lost their children from police brutality. Like when I read that, I was like, oh my god, like that's us. Like that's us. We suffer from police brutality, like more than any other race. And the fact that she actually supports the Trayvon Martin Foundation absolutely floored me. Absolutely floored me. So we're talking about a white single mom, right? Opened a spa, okay? Noticed that there was a lack of products, services to represent us, and she did something about it. That's amazing. This is a picture of Rachel and Lala. Rachel is on the left-hand side, so I'm gonna go see her, I think. Like, what? So that lets me know that people know there's something wrong. Whether you use your platform to speak about it, whether you don't, it's your choice ultimately, but it's just like, how do you just go day by day knowing something's wrong and you don't address it? Especially if you're in this community. You know, like the makeup community, the beauty community is a place where we go to feel connected to other people like us. We all have one general love, and that's the love of beauty and makeup. So the fact that we are still creating such harsh divisions in this community, it sickens me. Like, it really sickens me. This is a place where we're supposed to go to feel welcomed, included, beautiful, all of that. Like, what is the problem? What is the problem? So at this point, I'm sure, like, I'm gonna burn bridges or whatever. It's fine. I'll take the hit. But I just wanted to provide you guys with some information that I found. And I just really, you know, I'm gonna drop this video, which is gonna be a list of all-inclusive brands that I don't think you've heard of. Some of them you may have, but some of them I was like, what? I've never even heard of this. Like, see, and the thing is, a lot of times I feel like if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So I said to myself, how can I be a part of the solution? I, of course, don't have the financial backing, but there's got to be a way that, so guys, I'm back. My camera gets overheated and then it feels like it needs to shut off and all that stuff. So I did a little look while it was cooling off. It's a bit much, but anyway. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Hold on, where's my tea? Okay, so as I was saying before I got off camera, I feel that if you're not a part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you're kind of idly sitting by as all these injustices happen, I don't like that. And I wish more people, like, when you make it up there, and if you happen to be a woman of color, if you could, like, put some bugs in the ears of some of these investors and some of these important people, and kind of let them know that we're still down here and we're still being unaccounted for. Now, like I said, this is not to take away from anyone who has contributed to the changes that have been being made. Like, that's not the point of this, and I don't think that's the point that anybody's trying to make. It's not like, it would be asinine to go out here and say nobody's helping us, poor us. And speaking of poor us, so funny that I brought that up because I was on Holly Boone's video today and she was going over the Fenty Beauty launch and those products, and I screenshotted a comment because of course it pissed me off. No surprise there. And a lot of the stuff I turn a blind eye to. Like I said, I have definitely been in La La Land or something because I thought that we were all cool. I don't know when we came back, not cool. Like, all the whole women empowerment thing's been going on, and while I've been seeing some women of color posting other women of color and things like that, also we need to focus on the small influencers. It is so much talent in these small influencers, and I don't get why they're not being pushed up. Like, the talent is there, the work ethic is there. Like, invest in them. Like, shout them out. That's what I'm saying. It's not just a woman of color thing. It's such a bigger issue. And we had this talk with Marlena from Makeup Geek, and it's like, since that talk, maybe I'm just not seeing it. Are y'all seeing an influx of small influencers? I have a video on my channel right now for small influencers. Y'all, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, what is really going on? Are y'all not being exposed to that content? Are y'all being exposed to only the larger number YouTubers? Because there's no hate on y'all larger number YouTubers. No hate, because that's what we aspire to be. But and I understand everyone can't make it to the top, but I feel like everyone can. However, we have to change the way that we think, and no one wants a handout. You can't possibly want a handout in makeup. Like, anyone who's here wants to be here, I'm sure. And the people that are just doing it for a trend or because it's the popular thing to do right now, they'll be weeded out anyway, because this is not something easy shit. This is not easy stuff. You could just jump in and be, there's so many different things that you have to learn before you can consider yourself, okay, I'm good. Brushes, brands, formulas, what something should look like, what something should not look like. It's just, okay, so anyways, back to what I was gonna say is on Holly Boone's channel. I'm not trying to single Holly out, but I was watching her video today and she was testing out the new Fenty Beauty concealers and she did a wear test. That's a thing now, these wear tests, okay? So I had to screenshot this comment that said the following. So someone wrote, it's 2019 and people of color still whine. So the problem with that is this. While I can say there probably are some onesies and twosies that just quote unquote whine and everything, they blame everything on, you know, what's going on, the racial issues and things like that, and don't even notice any type of inclusivity or whatever, you know, people that just generally are just like, you know, want something else, a different agenda. That's not the collective. So I wish that we would stop ignoring the issue and kind of come together to find some solutions, some resolutions, and not just because it's the popular thing to do, but and because you want our dollars, because at the end of the day, you guys are getting our dollars and we contribute to a large amount of currency in this country. So it would be smart to include us more. It would be smart to make us feel as though we are on even playing fields, okay? I'm not asking anyone to like I said, no one wants a handout. We want to be included. We want to feel equal. We want to feel heard, not just, look, this is what we're going to give y'all. I heard a couple people say y'all had a couple different undertones and different skin tones and all y'all not light skin. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give y'all medium dark and we're going to give y'all dark deep. Y'all gonna go over there, y'all gonna play with that, y'all gonna make that shake, y'all gonna figure it out and leave us alone for a while, and that's it. How is that fair? So my issue with the comment was that, okay, before that someone had stated that, like, something along the lines of course every white person has a problem with the Fenty line or a black owned beauty line, and I don't believe that to be true, but you know, trolls get online and they say whatever to get a reaction. So this person reacted. So basically a lot of people started attacking the second person, which was that one about the how black people are still whining. And it's like, if something's not an issue, then nobody's going to kind of bring it up. So if things are not still happening and prevalent now than that were 400 years ago, or even in the Rodney King era, then nobody would bring it up. It would disappear and that's it. But considering that there's still so much inequality, these things have to be brought up. And there's a lot more black people coming to the forefront to own businesses and to invest money and spend money intelligently and things of that nature. So there's no choice but to be inclusive, but you're still keeping us at bay, and that's not right. So so I don't think it's whining. I think it's more so there's a concern over a large demographic, and the concern is kind of being addressed a little bit but not fully, and that's a problem. So And then the fact that someone should feel like they have to tiptoe around it to make other people feel comfortable, that's not right either. So until it gets fixed, it's kind of like you're supposed to keep talking about it. That's called awareness. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. I mean, these are simple things that like I said, people seem to be committed to misunderstanding. Truly. And that is me putting it nicely. It really is. There wouldn't be a Black Radiance or an Iman or a brand with the words black or indication that it's mainly for people of color if all the other brands would get on board and would have never separated us to begin with, or not catered to us to begin with, or not noticed this to begin with. If it was never an issue, things wouldn't, doesn't that make sense? Like, I don't even, yeah, so, like I said, I'm not saying that people aren't talking about it. I'm not saying that things aren't in the works, and I'm not saying that Black people are not stepping up, and I'm not saying that white people are not stepping up, and I'm not saying that we're completely being ignored. What I'm saying is what I said, which was that we are kind of just being spoon-fed like a little bit of the pie, but not, you know what I mean? So of course that means you have to go and take it, and then but I think we should still keep talking about it for sure. And if you blackball somebody or decide that you're going to take away someone's voice just because they tactfully presented to you an issue or a problem, then you're not a credible brand anyway. And this goes to any brand. This goes to any brand. That means that you really don't truly care about what is the meaning of beauty, period. So in turn, you're a fraud. Granted, when you don't know, you can't grow. So that's why I had to let everyone know what exactly is the problem, why it's a problem, why does it matter so much. I have to tell y'all. So yes, like I said, I will be posting a video on all-inclusive brands and new brands and innovative brands that are shaking it up, and including us, okay, because we are talented. Yes, we are. So let me give you guys just a little bit more information on the beauty and money, because I kind of breezed over that and I kind of want to go over that again. Beauty and Money LA 2019. Let's see what it says, girl. Fingers crossed. Where's my tea? Did I seriously not bring my tea back over here? Okay, so this is Beauty and Money. This is your beauty networking wish list. This is Los Angeles, California, 25th of April, 2019. So that is enough time. Honestly, if I wanted to go to that, I could. I could save for that, and I could go and I could find out what's going on. I could do that. So let's see. Sample of attendees from the 2018 LA Summit: Estee Lauder, Too Faced, NYX, USR, of course, that was the one I mentioned, Morgan Stanley, hello, cha-ching, period. 12 independent beauty brands handpicked by the prestigious selection committee introduced themselves and their products on the main stage in a quick-fire round of presentations. Submissions will be accepted from both mass and prestige independent beauty brands in color cosmetics, skincare, hair care, fragrance, bath and body, and beauty devices. These can range from brands that have just started generating revenue all the way up to larger entities that have revenues of 80 million. So the final submission date to apply is the 31st of this month. The results announced are 26th of February. So that's, I guess, if you want to enter the contest. See, people know that beauty is killing it, like killing it. Like, could you imagine if you took away the earnings from the Black consumers? Beauty Bakery, Scentbird, Hope Riot, Okay, so join 250 plus of the most innovative beauty companies, strategic buyers, and investors looking for the next big opportunity, and you will... This is something to look into, you guys, and I'm definitely going to read some more of this in depth. If you guys want a separate video on basically the gist of it and a little more specific details, let me know. I don't mind giving information, but yeah, I don't mind giving some information. I'll say that. Especially if it's going to help you be in the right direction, because nobody did this for me. And yeah, nobody did this for me. It just feels so much better to me when you seek out things, but if someone can be of an aid, assistance, a mentor, something you want to give back, why not? In conclusion, I just wanted to express my concerns for where the beauty community is going and where brands are going in terms of the new age and being inclusive and making people feel like they're a part of something that is good and not something to cause further division because that's just absurd. Especially beauty, that's just crazy to me. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it gave you something to think about. Please don't hesitate to write me, comment, like, share. I would appreciate if you felt as though, or you feel as though you don't really have a voice, or you don't really want to speak out about the problems, but you recognize they're there, or whatever have you. If you would give this video a like, it would mean a lot in terms of where I need to go with my channel, because I want to do everything that I can to be of assistance in what's important. And if we're going to be putting, you know, sacrificing to invest into something that doesn't really give back, then I think we should make sure that we know exactly what it is that we are supporting. And like so many people in this country, if they don't like something, what do? They take their money out of it. And that is the truth. Look at Nike. People didn't like what was going on with that. What did they do? They said they're burning their Nikes. So that is it. That is all. Make sure you like this video and think about what I said. Okay? Just think about it. And think of ways that you may have been discriminated against in your life. If you're overweight, if you're too skinny, if you had surgery, if you never had surgery. Think about all the things that guys say about us. Think about all the ways that guys tell us black women that we're too this, too that, you're not enough this, you're not enough that. Women in general, I'm sure you can think about a time just like that where someone made you feel less than. And so you know how that feels. So yeah, I just wanted to leave you with that. That's it. Not too heavy. But yeah, I might decide to list the products that I used on Instagram, and I might not. I don't know yet, but if you wanted to know or see some extra pictures, I'll definitely post pictures on there. So my Instagram will be on the screen along, it will be in the description box as well. That is it, you guys. Thank you for watching this video. We need to get my subscribers up. We need to get the views up because we're only going up from here. That's it. That's it, sis. And you can count on me to give you a hand, okay? I ain't gonna pull you out of the way because I might fall down, you know? But I can give you a hand, girl. Yep. So I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.